Hey everyone, Frank Wilson here, and welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new, welcome to the chaos that is my life, which today is being invaded by tiny, adorable monsters. That's right, today we're diving into the danger of Labubu, the quirky collectible toy that's taking the world by storm. You've seen them, I've seen them, your grandma has probably seen them and wondered if they're some kind of new age garden gnome. They're cute. They're mischievous looking, and apparently they come with a warning label I probably should have read before my wallet started crying. Now, when I say danger, I'm not talking about them coming to life at night and rearranging your sock drawer. Although with those eyes, I wouldn't be entirely surprised. We're talking about a different kind of peril, the peril to your shelf space, your bank account, and maybe even your sanity when you're trying to find that one super rare limited edition. It's a wild world, the Labubu world, filled with fluffy ears and questionable life choices, mainly mine, but don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Or maybe it is. And I'm just trying to lure you into this adorable financial pit with me. Either way, we're going to explore all the dangers, from the hilariously real to the slightly exaggerated, because that's what we do here. Take things too seriously and not seriously at all simultaneously. So buckle up, buttercups, because things are about to get labubatifully dangerous. Let's get into it. Alright, let's tackle the first and arguably most insidious danger of Labubu, the dangerously addictive for collectors aspect. You know how it starts. You see one. Just one. It's got those big innocent eyes. Maybe it's dressed as a tiny astronaut or a piece of fruit, and you think, oh, that's kind of cute, I'll get just this one. For decoration or, as a paperweight that doesn't actually hold down paper. Famous last words, my friends. Famous last words. Because just one is the gateway, Labubu, it's the free sample that hooks you for life. Before you know it, that one Labubu looks lonely, it a friend. And then that friend needs a friend from a different series. And oh look, there's a special holiday edition and a collaboration with that artist you vaguely remember. Suddenly, you're not just buying a toy, you're curating you're checking release dates like they're the winning lottery numbers. You're joining online groups, trading, hunting, your search history looking like a cryptographer's fever dream. Labubu Rare Sparkle variant, where buy now please help. The real danger of Labubu, you say you'll buy one and then suddenly you have 20 or 50. Or you've converted your guest room into a Labubu shrine complete with tiny spotlights and velvet ropes. Your friends stage interventions, your partner gives you every time a new package arrives, and your bank account sends you passive-aggressive notifications like, "Are you sure about this, buddy?" Remember food, it's a slippery slope, people, paved with adorable vinyl and the tears of your forgotten savings. And the worst part, you don't even regret it. You look at your army of little monsters, each one a tiny trophy of your dedication or obsession tomato, and you feel a strange sense of pride. A dangerous pride, perhaps, but pride nonetheless. You start justifying it. It's an investment, you tell yourself, knowing full well you'll never sell them. They bring me joy, and they do. They really do. A very expensive, shelf-consuming joy. So is it dangerous? For your financial stability, absolutely. For your happiness, debatable, but leaning towards a resounding, if slightly panicked, yes. Okay, moving on from the danger to your adult-sized problems, like fiscal responsibility, let's talk about a more literal and frankly more important kind of danger, the choking hazard, especially for small children. Now, this might seem obvious, like don't stick a fork in a toaster, obvious, but it's crucial. These little guys, as adorable as they are made up of small parts. Sometimes small parts, if you count their tiny accessories, or if one, heaven forbid, takes a tumble and a little ear decides to go on an adventure of its own. Like many small toys, Labubu figures can pose a choking risk for young children. They're not meant for kids under 3 years old, and honestly, even for slightly older kids, parental supervision is key. You know how kids are, anything smaller than their fist is a candidate for the will it fit in my mouth/nose/ear experiment. Labubus, with their often detachable bits or just their general bite-sized appeal to a curious toddler, are prime candidates for this unwanted exploration. It's not a fun game, and the prize is a trip to the emergency room. No thank you. So this is my official, yet still slightly unhinged, public service announcement. If you have tiny humans, aka floor goblins, aka the reason you can't have nice things, roaming your house, keep your Labubus out of reach. High shelves are your friends. Display cases are your best friends. Think of it as curating a museum exhibit that tiny, grabby hands are not allowed to touch. It adds to the mystique, right? Oh, look at daddy's mummy's precious, untouchable monster babies. This isn't to scare you off Labubus if you have kids, but it's a serious reminder. We love these things, but safety first, always. Their danger should be to our wallets, not to a child's well-being. So admire them from a safe distance. If you're under 3, little ones, stick to your age-appropriate, less swallowable toys. Your future self, who can then buy their Labubus, will thank you, and so will your parents, who can then continue their own Labubu addiction in peace, mostly. Chapter 3. Cute or creepy, the great Labubu divide. Now let's venture into the realm of subjective danger. The danger of Labubu's creepy cute look, which to some people might just be creepy. No cute. Just creepy. We all know the look, the big wide-set eyes, sometimes with tiny pupils, sometimes just voids staring into your soul. The little snaggletooth, the fluffy monster suit. For many of us, it's the perfect blend of adorable and quirky. It's what makes Labubu. Labubu. We see a mischievous little forest spirit ready for fun and maybe a little bit of light-hearted chaos. But then there's the other side of the coin. Labubu's monster-like appearance might be unsettling to some people, especially children who aren't familiar with designer toys or the whole art toy aesthetic. Imagine you're a kid, used to teddy bears with perfectly symmetrical smiling faces and dolls that look like, well, dolls. Then you see this creature with its slightly unsettling grin and those unblinking eyes. It's not your typical bedtime buddy material for everyone, let's be real. Some might see it and think, is that thing going to steal my teeth in the middle of the night? I've heard stories, or at least seen comments online, where people are genuinely a bit weirded out by them. Why are its eyes so big? Is it supposed to be scary? My kid cried when they saw it, and you know what? That's fair. Cuteness is in the eye of the beholder, and sometimes the beholder is like, nope, put that beholdy back where it came from, preferably in a locked box. It's the uncanny valley, but for tiny vinyl figures. They're cute in a conventional way, but then there's that little twist that can throw some people off. So the danger here is purely psychological. It's the danger of offending someone's aesthetic sensibilities, or maybe giving your easily spooked Aunt Mildred a minor conniption when she visits and sees your shelf of grinning monsters. It's the risk that your definition of adorable doesn't quite align with everyone else's. But hey, that's art, right? It's supposed to evoke a reaction, and if that reaction is a slight shudder followed by a confused huh, then Labubu is doing its job, I guess. Keep being your creepy cute self, Labubu. We, or at least most of us, love you for it. Chapter 4. Mischief Managed, the Law of the Little Monster. Finally, let's talk about the symbolic or story-based danger of Labubu. This is where things get fun and a little bit fantastical, because we're diving into the lore, the fan theories, the personality we project onto these little vinyl critters. In some stories or fan lore, Labubu is imagined as a little trickster or forest monster, mischievous but not truly evil. Think Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream, but fluffier and probably more interested in stealing your snacks than meddling in your love life. Though, who knows? The danger here is more playful than real, like a prankster who causes chaos but means no harm. You might find your keys mysteriously moved, or the last cookie in the jar vanished, and there's a Labubu nearby with suspicious crumbs on its face. It's the kind of danger that leads to funny anecdotes rather than actual peril. Labubu isn't out here plotting world domination. It's more likely plotting how to switch the sugar and salt shakers just to see what happens. It's that little spark of playful rebellion. This imagined personality is a huge part of their charm. We don't just see a static figure, we see a character. We imagine them having little adventures when we're not looking, getting into tiny scrapes, maybe forming a secret society with the other toys on the shelf. It's why people create elaborate dioramas for them, or write fan fiction, or just pose them in funny situations around the house. They inspire creativity and a sense of childlike wonder, even if that wonder involves a tiny monster potentially TPing your dollhouse. So, is this danger something to worry about? Not unless you're highly susceptible to flights of fancy and might start blaming Labubu for your misplaced items, but it's a fun, imaginative danger. It adds depth to the collecting experience, transforming these figures from mere objects into companions with their own little quirks and a perceived penchant for harmless troublemaking. It's the danger of getting too attached and giving them a backstory worthy of a Pixar short, and honestly, that's a pretty delightful danger to embrace. So, are Labubus really dangerous? Spoiler, mostly to your wallet. So there you have it, folks. Labubu might seem dangerous, but it's all in good fun. We've journeyed through the perilous lands of addictive collecting, where your bank account fears to tread. We've issued a very serious, but still me, PSA about tiny parts and tiny humans. We've contemplated the fine line between OMG so cute and that's a bit unsettling, and we've even explored the imaginary mischief these little monsters get up to in their secret toy lives. It's been a trip, a Labu trip if you will. No, okay, I'll stop. The truth is, the biggest danger Labubu poses is probably to your available shelf space and your ability to say no to just one more. They're charming, they're quirky, and they've built a massive community of collectors who share the joy and the financial pain. Whether you find them creepy or cute, a choking hazard, or a cherished collectible, there's no denying they've made a huge impact. And hey, a little bit of playful danger in the form of a mischievous monster never hurt anyone. Remember, collecting should stay fun and safe. Keep those little guys away from the little ones, manage your budget, or try to, I'm not your dad, and embrace the weird, wonderful world of Labubu. What's the most dangerous Labubu you own, or the funniest collecting story you have? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more, this. Until next time, happy collecting.